Alright, what's up? Got game 3 in this Scrim series. Once again, between Reason and this random team that is comprised of people that I don't know are part of any actual team. They might be, it's hard to tell right now, what with a lot of things in the scene being in extreme flux, and as a result, stuff's getting crazy. But at least the same 5 people have played the entire Scrim series for the random team, and the same isn't true of Reason, who are once again replacing people, this time going with Swagbusk and Brobusk, as it appears that Reason is trying out some people for their new team. St. Rock's Imboy and Zane hanging around, and the other two, formerly Tilla and Deathgrowl, then Masera and Panny, and now we're looking for 2 more people, apparently. Also notable that St. Rock's is taking the drafting position here for a reason. I don't know if that's permanent or if it is temporary. Maybe they're just trying it out, but nonetheless, he is drafting here so far, and they are 2-0. So that's not bad at all.
Revenant.
Anyway, fans and picks: Kronos, Puppet Master, Drunken Master, and Wretched Hag. Nothing crazy there, obviously. Hag and DM, both very versatile heroes in terms of what lanes they can go to. Really can be played in any role as the initiator or the carry or the suicide. Kronos really exclusively a suicide at this point. You could obviously play him as a carry. He's originally played in that role, but almost always as a suicide in the competitive scene nowadays. Nonetheless taken out here. And of course Puppet Master, once again, almost always played as a carry. I think he has some versatility as a support, but we don't really see that role too often. So, regardless, 3 heroes we see a lot, and it's no surprise that they get taken out here in this early stage. Bensington is left open, and as a result, Reason first picks that hero, almost certainly going to be in the suicide lane in Zane's hands, as that tends to be his role. Obviously, a very powerful hero. Wins his lane more often than he should, and does a decent job of really taking over the game and becoming a massively annoying presence for everybody else on the map, as he does a fair bit of damage, especially with that lance along, and then the Joust, of course, providing him with strong stun, and the Nightfall, his ultimate, giving him some long-range initiation, and with his setup stun, a fair bit of damage as well. So we'll see where else they go with that. Obviously, on top of that, they got Revenant and Pebbles. I mean, Pebbles, not a huge thing. We don't see him too much anymore, but he was, a constantly picked hero, and I think he probably still should be. He's just got a few changes, got a little bit of nerf, and people are like, yeah, maybe we won't play this guy so much anymore, and as a result hasn't seen as much usage as he maybe should. Regardless, gets picked up here for Reason. Revenant's the interesting one, presumably going to be played in a support role, because I think Suicide Revenant is certainly viable. I've played it before, and it does do quite well, especially because of the Essence Shroud, the ability to, make yourself go invisible. Very valuable. And he does do a fair bit of damage, especially as a hero that really amplifies other heroes' damage more than does direct damage himself, with the Mortification and what's the other one? Defile. There we go. So we'll see what role he plays there. I'd assume it's going to be a support role, and I think that's pretty fine as well. By no means a thing he should not be expected to do, but a bit of an off-the-wall pick there. Gauntlet, Rhapsody, and Empath, by no means off-the-wall picks here for the Hellborn side. All 3 are heroes we see quite often. Obviously, Gauntlet providing lots of burst damage. Rhapsody and Empath, both very strong supports, especially in the landing phase. Both strong babysit supports, and really Rhapsody a little bit more offensive, Empath a little more defensive. I think perhaps Empath a bit more suited to the side lane, and Rhapsody does do well in both the side or mid lane. So I think we probably will be seeing Gauntlet in the middle along with Rhapsody, and then Empath up top with as a babysitter for some sort of hard carry. Pollywog Priest, you're my favorite person there, St. Rock's. I did this I posted on the forums a while back. I think Pollywog and Valkyrie are 2 heroes that we just do not see enough. They are both very strong, and they need to be picked up more, especially when it comes to experimentation. In Scrim games, they're, Originally, I latched onto Puppet Master. This was a few months ago, and I was like, why is this hero not getting picked up more? He's got 8.5 seconds of disable, plus a really strong farming tool in Whiplash and an incredibly powerful ultimate in his Puppet. And if I felt like you can run him as a carry, you can run him as a support, you can do whatever you want with him. And lo and behold, he started getting picked up a whole bunch. So Poliwag is my next, I guess, hero that I'm going to say this is a hero that needs to get picked up more for the same reason. Really, he's got 4+ seconds of disable, even more if he can land a ward trap. He pushes extremely well. He's a strong team fighter. He just basically drops a tower in the middle of a team fight, and he's got decent lane presence. That's really his issue, is being able to lane him. Lodestone, interesting, but Poliwag is a hero I think has a lot of potential, and I don't understand why he hasn't gotten more attention until now. I think it's mostly been the mana issues. He does require a lot of mana to get going. He's not really suited, I don't think, as a hard support. I think he might need to be a secondary support. I think he could play the hard support role if he really needed him to, but there might be other heroes that are better at that. The reason I think he hasn't gotten picked up as much is because we sort of moved away from the hard carry metagame. Berserker. Okay, gonna be a fun game. Anyway, so we seem to have moved away from the hard carry metagame. It's not really about find this one hero and put all the farm on him anymore. A lot of it now is about get some more spread farm, get people to decent GPM across the team, take team fights, do a lot of pushing, get tanky, that sort of thing. It's not. There's no more Silhouette, right? Silhouette's just a hero that we don't see anymore because that's not what she does. She's a single target auto attack hero. Even Moon Queen and Draconis, we don't see them as much as we used to, especially maybe a few months ago. And I think part of the reason for that is we've sort of moved away from the idea that you just dump all your farm into one hero, and even those aren't heroes that just do hero damage. Silhouette, I think, is a prime example of a hero that's basically just, I'm going to kill every other hero. I'm not a great pusher, I'm not a great ganker, decent ganker, but she's not a great ganker. She's really just about that single target damage, right-click auto attacks. Even Moon Queen and Draconis, the type of heroes like that, are very good right-click auto attackers, but more than that, they're pushers and they're wave clearers. They farm extremely well, etc. Anyway, Poliwag does super well as a support against that hard carry metagame because he's all single target disable. So basically you're trading your support for the opponent's hard carry because your support just runs in there, he drops the Hex, he drops the Tongue-Tied, and maybe he dies. The point is he locks down the opposing carry for 8 seconds or so, and that's plenty of time to kill him. But obviously without that single target where you're like, okay, I just gotta Hex this guy, I gotta Tongue-Tied this guy a whole bunch, I gotta disable him, it's harder to pick up a hero that pretty much offers single target disable. You want heroes that have more AoE presence, and this is a good example of, this game is a good example of why maybe we don't see him too much. Lodestone, do you Hex Lodestone? Do you Hex the Berserker? Do you Hex the Gauntlet? Yeah, you probably Hex the Berserker, but he's got an ultimate that reduces the disable time. Lodestone, you Hex him, but he's not going to do too much damage anyway, so maybe it's not worth it or whatever. Point is, it's difficult to figure out exactly how you should use this Poliwag. You should use Poliwag in the current metagame. It's not as obvious. I still think he's great. That said, I still think that a hero that has as much lockdown as he's got cannot be ignored for too long. It's a hero that needs to be addressed, and you need to at least experiment with him. I don't think that people have done that too much, but anyway. Hellborn's not picking up both Lodestone and Berserker as we see the lanes develop here. Revenant and Pebbles going against Gauntlet and Rhapsody in middle. That's not a surprise by either side by any means. Bottom lane will be Lodestone versus Slither and Poliwag Priest, although Poly might be going somewhere else. He's sort of roaming middle here and might be looking to set up a kill onto the middle lane. Staccato stuns onto Pebbles here. No real follow-up though. And hookback actually onto Revenant, so interesting. Essence Trad goes down, and Gauntlet, you might be in trouble, buddy. Tongue-Tied goes down, nice Staccato to stop it, and that's going to be too much, so St. Rocks won't be able to do a whole heck of a lot. Up top, Berserker and Empath going up against Sir Bensington, and this is a lane that no doubt the Hellborn should win. Bensington probably won't have too much difficulty staying alive here, and might be able to get a counter kill if he plays his cards really well. Obviously that Lancelong being a bit of an issue for low life supports like Empath. And she needs to be careful about how much harassing she's doing, because if that Lancelong starts to come out, then things can become a problem. There's the Essence Link, and not sure exactly how much Zane's doing here. Nice joust away, and he'll be okay. Obviously, Chain Spike not doing too much there. So, Zane living on the edge a little bit, but is going to be just fine. Bottom lane, Polly doing what he can to harass out this Lodestone. Obviously very difficult because of how naturally tanky Lodestone is, plus that Rocket Drill and Head Smash providing an escape mechanism and a good harassment tool for, once again, a low-life support hero. Low health, I guess. Tongue Tied going down, plus the Slither Spray. Rocket Drill going to come out. He's going to try to stun Polly, will do so. So he'll take some damage on Slither, but won't be too much. And certainly won't die. Bottom Illusion Rune actually been sitting here for a while, and Poliwag will pick that up. Send them back bottom. Perhaps try to put some more harassment down on this Lodestone, who has popped a health pot. Still sitting on 4 Tree Eaters, but that's it. So it's possible they might look to continue to decrease the regen. Meanwhile, Stalagmite Sun goes out on 2. They're looking for a kill onto this Rhapsody, and they're going to find it. So there's the Bloodlust. Tongue-Tied coming in from St. Rox actually does get the kill with it. Hook on the map from Gauntlet, not going to hit anything. So nice Bloodlust there from Reason. They've also taken a pretty substantial gold and experience lead, 1,000 gold really, and 1,500 experience. Sorry, 1,000 experience, 1,500 gold. Anyway, obviously Bloodlust playing into that, but not just from that. They've also been out farming their opponents here. Pebbles 19-5 compared to Gauntlet 11-0. Obviously winning this middle lane, a pretty big deal. Bottom lane gets Slither at 21-18 compared to Mr. Lodestone at 0-0. No CS at all for Lodestone. Up top, Zane picks off Empath and that, Joust. And that's what I was talking about before, is, you know, Empath is trying to go up against this Bensington guy, and he tends to eat supports alive. That Lancelong just does so much damage. The Joust gives you such great initiation in the stun, and it's often difficult to deal with. Bensington now level 6 is 12-1 compared to Berserker at 22-9, so no doubt the CS here for Berserker better. But you look at the GPM charts here, 230 gold per minute for Bensington and 280 for Berserker, so certainly not very far behind, especially considering this is a dual lane. Essence Link goes out for our Empath here. Will just provide some harass damage, obviously not going to net a kill. Bottom lane still there in Lodestone, continuing to fight at it a little bit. Spray goes down, and the ultimate. Jump in this, and this is definitely going to be a Lodestone death. The question is, can he get the counter kill, and it doesn't look like it. So, Imba Boy knowing exactly what he can do there, and able to grab the kill onto Pethin on that Suicide Lodestone. Stun going out on Rhapsody will miss. Staccato Stun's countering, not going to be a hook, no hook. So, perhaps some communication issues down there with Gauntlet and Rhapsody. Revenant coming in, but probably not going to be enough. Essence Strat goes down, and yeah, what are you going to do? So certainly some atypical supports here coming out from the Legion side, but it's definitely working. Revenant and Poliwag Priest being very annoying for this Hellborn team. Speaking of Poly, he's pulling the wave here. It's level 3. So not doing too great on the levels, only 88 experience per minute, just behind that Rhapsody. But in general, not terribly. Invis Rhapsody down here, looking for a setup on the Polywog, and you're in trouble, buddy. Hex goes down, but there's 2 other summons available. Head Smash, and that's the last auto attack. Pretty easy kill. Gonna put the spray, and Lodestone will just pour it out. Rhapsody's trying to run away, and puts Scud Stun down on the Slither. Should be alright, as they're unable to chase despite the application of toxicity. Make sure I got that right. Bensington ultimate coming down onto Gauntlet in the middle lane, gets stunned, and that's an easy kill. So Zane picks the last hit there, as he gets some help from Swagbusk on that Pebbles. And really, that's the only downside for the Bensington ultimate is it's very easy to dodge. But if you have a stun coming in right before it lands, then obviously it's impossible to dodge. So it will then do a bunch of damage and be very useful. Obviously, good coordination proving very useful in that instance. And Reason Gaming looking real strong here in the beginning of this game. Up 4-1 in hero kills. And meanwhile, in the lane, Sun's going down. Gauntlet trying to get out of there with a hook. Not going to happen. Robust was the last hit with that Revenant. And Rhapsody unable to save her partner in that Gauntlet. Top, Zane returning to his lane. Chain Spike going down. Will just run away. Breaks the Essence Link stun as well. And he is going to be totally fine. I might need to tone down the range on that Joust. That might be one of the big issues with him. Nearly 205 magic damage for 90 mana. Very spammable. And it has decent range too. Yeah, look at that. I mean, you seriously do that one more time, then charge it up again, and then a Joust and a Lifelong will kill him. And it's a Berserker who's a pretty damn tanky hero. They might have seen Pebbles right there. Nope. Hook back in. Gonna try to find something. Lodestone is here. They do see him. Revenant and Polly gonna hang out visibly. Obviously Pebbles' invis wears off there. They're looking for something. Lodestone's gonna see Pebbles obviously here. Chuck back onto himself. Plus the Stalagmites. Joust helps continue. Ultimate coming down on top of this Hung Time. This is gonna be easy kill on Lodestone. Nice hook away. Very well done for the Hellbourne side. And this is gonna be a Legion retreat now. So despite the tongue-tied, that was an excellent hook from Gauntlet to save his teammate from certain death. Bottom lane, meanwhile, tower goes down thanks to Slither. Still have multiple heroes here in the mid lane, as Polly and Bensington are kind of hanging around. Zane headed back top now, as he feels like there's something left to do. Empath is here. There's a tongue tied down on it, and you're just dead, buddy. So, Polywog, 1-1-1, 178 gold per minute. Not bad. Having himself a pretty solid game. Actually dying. Missed that. Gets jumps, put the ultimate down. Not nearly enough though as 4 heroes get up on him. Zane having some free farm up top here. It's a bit of an issue for the Hellbourne side if they want to stay in this game, and they're already showing some difficulty in doing that. 5k gold, 3.5k experience, and kind of wonder what their plan is at this point. Things are really not looking very good. Polywog sitting on top of a ward here, so he's definitely spotted. Rune has already been picked up. It is an invis, but he will run right past this ward of Rev, so they know exactly where he's at. Hook gonna go down, and now Pebbles should know that there's her. Yeah, there's definitely an invis rune there, and yep, they can see it now. St. Rock's trying to steal it. So, Swagbusk off to the side. I'm gonna try to set up something here. I'm sitting behind the tower. Both supports. St. Rock's gonna be missed with the stun there. An easy kill on the other guy there. onto the Rhapsody. Will they do anything else? No. The rest of the Hellborn side just going to retreat. Polywog's level 5, so I think they're going to try to push this tower if they can get him to level 6 soon. And this is definitely going to be a tower kill without even wards. Stalagmites go down there, and Empath's in a lot of trouble. Toss back, and he's dead. So, both supports go down. How does that hook miss? How did that miss?
The Legion have destroyed a Hellborn tower.
It's like right in between them. Anyway, after the side here loads, so we'll get found by Poly. Gets the tongue-tied put down. Obviously, hook available from Gauntlet in 5 seconds. Ultimate coming down onto Lodestone. He'll be out of trouble. Toss goes back on him as well. Nice ultimate from Rhapsody will stop everything, but that's going to cost her life. Lodestone does live, so nice of them from her. Obviously, sacrificing herself to save her teammate, definitely worth it. Hook now and the Boy on that Slither, but there's going to follow up with the Joust. Essence Link is there as well. Is he going to live? Yes, he is. TP there, stopping also the damage. Actually, Tongue Tie comes out as well on top of Slither Spray. Polywog Priest's going to die, but the rest of the Legion side will be able to get the hell out of there. Probably wasn't necessary, but a bit of a risky play, I think. Meanwhile, Swagbus gets the kill back on once again. Curse on that path.
Armor assimilated.
Portal keys away, so Pebbles having a really good game here. 4-0-4, 410 gold per minute, and Reason in general is just looking really solid. Berserker's up at 350 gold per minute, which is solid, but he's one of those, you know, semi-carries more than a hard carry, really. He needs fat GPMs to be able to carry. He just doesn't do all that well unless he's really highly geared. Gonna try to jump Zane here a little bit, but obviously won't be able to get this kill unless Zane massively misplays it. Lancelot goes down. Two other heroes moving over to support. Gauntlet will be here. Actually, it's hooked back up there, but the Joust is still available. Obviously, Chain Spike's down there as well. Staccato Stuns are enough? Yes, they are. The lockdown just barely there. And Zane is killed as Rhapsody and Gauntlet provide some strong support to Berserker there, and they pick up the last hit before he is able to joust away. Well done to them. Mid lane once again going to be pressured here. Now Polywog Priest is level 6, so this should be a dead mid tower if they want to use the wards, and yep, they do. Not a huge surprise. So, this is really a situation too where if you're the opposing team, there's not much you can do to contest this.
The Legion have destroyed a Hellborn tower.
It's basically just free towers. And in 90 seconds, you know, a minute and a half basically, they're going to be able to do that again. Top lane getting pushed in pretty heavily. 4 heroes up here for the Hellborn team, but they're going to be drawing a response. Pebbles, meanwhile, jumping in onto Berserker. Essence Link goes down, plus the Chain Spike. He could be in some trouble. Tongue-Tied goes down on top, but Rhapsody ultimate going to prevent any damage coming out onto Berserker, and Pebbles does fall, so bit of a greedy initiation there. Went in before really his team was ready and got turned on fairly easily. Meanwhile, up top, all these Ward of Sight spots, pretty much everything coming in. And the rest of the Hellborn side will jump out. Choosing not to fight that. What is that thing? It's like a little stupid puppet. Anyway, Legion side continuing to push this and should be able to take a tower down here relatively easily. If they want to go for 2, Polywog's ultimate will be up by the time they get to the secondary tower, so they can probably take 2 towers here.
The Legion have destroyed a Hellborn tower.
Rebel's back and is cleaning up this triple stack creep camp. And the Hellborn team is going to have to defend this. We'll see if they are able to do it. Whew. So many hooks that have just been missed. That's got to be pretty painful. Revenant off the side looking for something. Obviously, Red ward is there from both sides now, and he needs to be careful about that. In fact, is going to get his own ward countered. So we'll see what they choose to do, whether they're going to have Poly drop their wards. Envoy picking up a staff of the Master here relatively early. Not a bad selection at all. Wards will get dropped. So Polywog going to help shut down this tower. Bensington just going to be dodging that hook. Empath is inside Berserker, so they're definitely looking for an initiation at this point. Question is, will they be able to find it? Polywog Ward's doing a ton of damage to this range. Chain Spike there onto Polywog. This is Slick is down as well. There's a Solar Ultimate plus just boosted. Pause comes out. We don't care. We're going to skip straight through it. Meanwhile, the Hellborn side is actually taking this pretty well. St. Mox is obviously already dead. Bensington on the ultimate, looking to try to get the kill on the Berserker. Is it going to happen? Meanwhile, off to the side, they get 2 kills thanks to Bevels jumping in. Berserker trying to chase down Sother. It's not going to happen. He's going to turn his attention to Bensington, but he's going to die instead. The Empath, in fact, going to also pay for that. So that ends up being a genocide and a tower kill. Genocide is just sitting here. They are going to move it back, so they lose St. Mox on that Polywog Priest, but they get a tower. They get 5 hero kills. And things are not looking good for this Hellborn team. And already their base is getting pushed in. They have 4 back here, so Berserker's still dead, but the rest of their team alive. And I don't think Legion should be looking to push this too much further than they already have. And they will in fact back off. But you look at the GPM charts here, 337 on Berserker, so he's not doing bad. The rest of his team just has nothing. I mean, they have absolutely nothing. Polywog's the lowest farmer, Legion at 210 gold per minute. That's higher than everybody except for the carry. So we'll see what the random team is able to do here, but my suspicion is it's not going to be much. Revenant can help Sother clean up these Ancients here. I believe they are triple stacked. That'll be a good gold bounty for him. Invis Pebbles off to the side here, looking to jump onto somebody. Loadsome probably a little too tanky. But with the help of Bensington, actually Toss misses. We'll be able to get this last kill. Nope. Essence Link goes down. There's a Rock Drill coming back in. Loadsome ultimate will help finish off Bensington. He gets the ult off as well. Loadsome's going to try to live. Will be able to do so. And Zane just barely lives thanks to the ultimate and the joust away. So well played there. Meanwhile, Berserker going to try and get a kill onto Pebbles, maybe. Nope, Staccato stuns are there onto Bensington. Try and get the joust off. It's not going to happen there. It finally goes, and Empath goes down. Sorry, Rhapsody goes down. Off to the side, meanwhile, we've got Berserker getting locked down. Gauntlet pulls Brobusk on that Revenant back in, but that's going to be the only kill they get, and now Gauntlet himself might be in a lot of trouble. Empath and Berserker back up as Berserker buys himself back. They do get the kill on Gauntlet, but they pay for it with Pebbles. And Ember Boy now in a lot of trouble. He's going to try to sit here and live. It's not going to happen. Trying to block himself in that with the ward, and it's just not enough. Zane will run away with the joust, and obviously here Polywog Priest is going to try to take down this bot tower. He should be able to get it with a couple auto attacks. Yeah, last tower hit.
The Legion has destroyed a Hellborn tower.
Loadsome perhaps a little too focused on trying to chase down Polywog Priest, and probably could have had the deny if he just went straight for it, but instead unable to get it as he divides his attention a little bit too much, and that's the last tower that the Hellborn team had. Meanwhile, of course, Legion having all 3 of their outer towers left. The top tower is in a bit of danger as this creep wave is coming up, but nothing too egregious, and they should be able to respond to fix that. Push as Revenant's slowly making his way over here. So it's sort of hard to figure out where this is going to go for the Hellborn team. They just don't have anything. It'd be one thing if Berserker was, I don't know, a Draconis or a Moon Queen or a Sand Wraith or something that you'd say, okay, well this hero is just going to at some point get stupid powerful. So maybe if we just turtle up, we ward the crap out of the jungle, and we see how long he can sit in the woods and farm, maybe we can turn this into something. But Berserker is not really that hero. He doesn't farm all that fast. He's really a hero farmer more than a creep farmer. And they're not in a position right now where they can farm heroes at all. Morph going down there onto Empath. She's totally screwed. Just nothing you can do about that. I mean, Pebbles is massively farmed, obviously having that portal key for a while now, and a push book on top of it, looking like he's going for the Dynamic Breastplate with the ring mail. That's right. Yeah. Middle lane gonna get pushed in once again. Polywog's still level 8, so no level 2 wards, but level 1 wards is plenty good enough. Spell Sunder there on Slither. Interesting. Wards get dropped there, obviously can do a lot. Pebbles looking for a jump. Blitz goes down. We'll see how much that actually does. Not too much. So they're going to start killing these wards here. Actually, Polly gets hooked back in, plus the Infernal instability, and he's going to get push booked right back out. Polly wards continuing to do a number on the tower. And Wall going out there, plus Empath inside. They're going to take a bunch of stuns onto it, but nice reps, y'all. Going to prevent all the damage onto Berserker despite the tongue tie. Lowstone trying to get a kill here. Will be able to finish off Ember Boy. Here comes Bensington with the reaction, and they're going to get the kill on a Lowstone. Polywog is in a lot of trouble, but they're also going to get a kill here on the Legion side. An easy kill onto Berserker and then Empath. So they use just way too much stuff trying to kill Ember Boy. Lodestone buys back, trying to do something to hold this off. It's not going to be nearly enough. Joust misses there, but Lodestone's already used his Rocket Drill, and he shouldn't be able to get out of this at all. Stun Toss combo there, hook back in onto Bensington, but he should be able to run out. That's going to be plenty. So Pebbles will tank the tower here a little bit, and CC vote gets called. Pebbles trying to get Revenant killed. Gauntlet looking for the hook, trying to get this Revenant pick off. We'll actually get Bensington there and kills him, so well done. But that's the end. So, unlike the first two games, this is just one where Reason was in control of the entire match, and not too much at any point that the Hellborn really could have done about it, except for just play better. Like, there was no really strategic mistake it felt like they made. It was just like, they lost the laning phase reasonably hard, and then the Legion side was like, alright, you lost laning phase, we have a pretty significant advantage, we're going to group up, we're going to take all these towers, we have a strong pushing team, a strong teamfight team, and we're going to win the game. And there's not much you can do about it. So that's exactly what they did, and that means game 3 of this Scrim series goes to Reason. All of them go to Reason. They take it 3-0 over the randoms, and their various ringers all played pretty well, so probably going to see a new Reason lineup at some point
The
in
Legion
the
have
future.
destroyed a Hellborn
We'll see
tower.
which of these 6 ringers that they use will actually make the team, or maybe even somebody else entirely, but they all played well here, so kudos to them, and that'll do it.